All right, nobody else has to
Understand now. We're introducing you, Tom.
I'm about to tell you who you are, not just for the bird, but for heritage.
We
Legacy
have about
and practice
75
of
people
our
in the room.
economy. And next step represents something deeper than just what's in the glass. Because we're raised as farmers, creators, and entrepreneurs who understand that great bird doesn't start in the field, it starts in the soil. All the way from Arkansas Delta, where the land is rich and the story of food is rich. This next distillery is doing something special. You, black owned, farm to farm
I'm going to go
distilleries
get
in the
the
country,
question sheet.
and they're bringing authenticity to every single board. So when you taste this bourbon tonight, you're not just tasting whiskey, you're tasting history, culture, passed down through generations. Please help me welcome Thomas Williams of Delta Grape Distillery.
Right back. How do you do? Right. Thank you, Thomas from the Arkansas Delta Dirt Distillery. We really appreciate you joining us tonight. As I mentioned earlier, we ask all interviewees the same question: where you at? Where you been? Where you going?
Say that one more time for me.
Where you at? Where you been? And where you going?
All right, where am I at? So I am currently in Helena, Arkansas. As you can see, right behind me is our distillation equipment. Where have I been? I have been everywhere and then
Something. I'm sorry,
some.
we're having an audio issue. Can you say something again?
All right,
Test,
can you hear
test.
me? One, two, three, four.
Get it in their laptop, but we're working on it. How about now? Try something, Thomas.
A little bit better, still about the same.
Raise either audio. That's fine.
All right, while we work out some of these technical audio difficulties,
It should. Say something now,
everybody
Tommy.
have their trivia
All
card
right,
in their
one,
pocket.
two, three, four. Test, test, test.
This is our meeting.
Thanks, everybody, for your patience. Without further ado, we now have Thomas Williams straight from the Delta. Again, my name is Joe Skibby with Beach Beds and Browns. If you haven't registered for a free seat gift, please make sure you do that. And Thomas, we're going to jump right back into the interview. Where you at? Where you been? And where you going?
Where am I at? I am in Helena, Arkansas. As you can see behind me, I am actually at the distillery in front of our distillation equipment. Uh, where am I at? Where have I been? Everywhere promoting this product. And where am I going? Worldwide. The short of it.
Love it. And we haven't really let the cat out of the bag, but you're not a typical bourbon drink with corn heavy mash bill. Could you tell us what you're making sweet roots with?
So Sweet Roots is technically designated an Arkansas brown. And we had to come up with the category for this product because of one ingredient and one ingredient only. We put sweet potatoes. We are known for using sweet potatoes in our vodka, and we thought it was fitting to put that into our barrels. So, as you know, a whiskey or bourbon, anything of the kind has to be 100% grain. And as soon as we put sweet potatoes into that mash, it disqualified it from being that. So Sweet Roots is none of the above. It is its own category. It stands alone, but it is just as smooth, just as unique and flavorful as anything out there on the market.
Incredible. Just like a lot of the individuals in the room, it stands alone in distinction, its own category in the beverage space. I know you guys are literally farm to glass. Can you talk a little bit about your family farm and how you produce the brown
Yeah.
spirits?
Yeah, absolutely. If I could, I would pan over to the farm, but that's about 20 miles away from the distillery itself. So everything starts from the ground on the family farm that actually dates back to sharecropping in the late 1800s. So my great grandfather never owned the land that we now farm on. It was his son, my great grandfather, that actually purchased that land outright using moonshine back in 1949. So it's been in the family ever since. And we have just kind of done something different with that land. So we now grow the crops that we use to distill these wonderful spirits.
Incredible. A wonderful story of farming legacy, agribusiness, heritage, and lineage. When someone takes their first sip of your bourbon, what are you expecting them to anticipate? We are sampling Sweet Roots here tonight. Give everybody a chance to hear it from the distiller themselves.
Yeah, so kind of what to expect from Sweet Roots and any of our products, honestly, is smoothness. That is kind of one thing that we wanted all of our products to be standalone sippers, whether it's vodka, whether it's gin, whether it's our Arkansas Brown. You can expect a smooth finish on anything. But most people are expecting to taste a sweet potato when you drink any of our products. Just because it's distilled from that does not mean it's going to have any of those, sweet potato characteristics. It's going to be a little bit sweeter, but really what makes this product stand out is going to have so many different complex layers to it. So your first sip, you're probably going to taste um, a little bit of sweetness, a little bit of spice. A lot of people describe Sweet Roots as your grandmother's sweet potato casserole or sweet potato pie in a glass, just because it has some of those spice notes to it. It's warm, it's inviting, but it really is unique and it's really hard to describe without tasting it. So I'm really glad that everyone has a chance to taste it while we're discussing it, because as I'm talking about it, even myself, I'm like, I can't even tell you what to expect. And I love not to, because I want you to taste it yourself. Otherwise, you're going to be looking for these things that I tell you. But just know at the end of the day, you're drinking something that's going to be super smooth, something that no one else in the world has done thus far. So you're really drinking a piece of legacy.
Incredible. So let's, if somebody has a first taste tonight and wants to explore more, where can they get it? Where can they get more of the experience? I know you guys are into tourism as well.
Say that one more
Where
time
can
for me.
where can they get more?
Where can they get more?
Yeah.
Yeah, I heard it correctly. Sorry, it cut out, but we are shipping nationwide to just about every state. You can find us in stores in Arkansas, Tennessee, Mississippi, Pennsylvania, soon to be Georgia and Alabama.
Incredible. What's been one of the few moments where you knew you're really building something special here? I mean, you've got the farm lineage, you've got the distillery, you've got the tourism. How did you know that it was strictly sales, or did you know in advance of that?
I would say I knew from the moment we started getting really attention before we even opened our doors. The excitement around our distillery opening, even before we had a finished product, told me that, okay, I might be onto something special even before anyone tasted one of our products. But that was kind of the hint. Kind of what solidified it for me was one, taking home double gold our first year entering our vodka into the San Francisco World Spirit Competition. Um, Taking that double gold home the very first year on our very first product really solidified that, okay, I know how to make something good. There's more to it than that. You have to, sell it and continue to build a brand. What really solidified the tourism part of it was in Arkansas, there's what's called the Governor's Conference on Tourism. And it's, everyone in the tourism world in Arkansas comes together and there's these awards. And the biggest award that everyone in the state tries to go for is the Tourism Attraction of the Year. So back in 2023, we took home that award. And we were only 2 years old at that point. And it was for the previous year. So 2022, we were only basically a year old at that point. And we, again, took home that award. And the competition that we were up against that year, the other finalists were a national river and a museum. So I think from that point on, I knew that, okay, wow, we created something, created a good product, but everyone else kind of sees the same thing that we see.
And as one of the few Black-owned farm to bottom distilleries, what does the responsibility and representation mean to you?
Yeah, so for me personally, that just means showing up and always being that voice for those that might not have that voice. I am a young Black man in a distilling world that not many look like me. So early on, I was thrown on to national TV, Moonshiner's Master Distiller. That is something that not many folks in my position had the opportunity to do. I was scared to death, did not want to do it, but I did it because, okay, this might show all the people that watch the Moonshiners franchise, okay, wow, he didn't really know what he was doing, but it was something that he took a chance on. So I want people to really see my own personal journey and my own personal story as you can do it. Representation is everything. If you can't see somebody else doing it, why would you be able to see yourself doing it? So um, I approach this every day as I'm doing something beyond myself. Yes, I'm doing it for my family, but I'm also doing it for the others that are in my position. There's so many Black landowners that don't know what to do with their land, with their crop, with their family. So for us, it's being that visual, that picture of what could be. Doesn't have to be alcohol. It could be Black owned honey. It could be, I mean, you have this, world class berry farm that you end up transforming into meat, not meat, but wine or anything. So um, it really is just being that representation of possibility.
Wrap it up with one final question. We really appreciate you joining us here this evening and for being flexible, especially. I know we pushed back the date a little bit at the time. But can you tell us what's next for Delta and how can people support what you're building, maybe share your social media profile, how they can get one?
Yeah. So for us, what's next is really just continuing to build the brand in upcoming states, build the brand. We're actually in the process of launching in Africa. That's not something that our US base could really help support, but sharing the word, following on social media, really just telling friends and family about it, going online. If you have someone that, oh, they drink bourbon, they would think this is interesting. Go on our website and send them a bottle for their birthday, for Christmas, for New Year's, whatever. That really has been our ultimate push. The word of mouth, the um, just the excitement of people organically sharing our story with people. It's crazy the stories that I hear, and I've been in, Las Vegas or California or somewhere at the airport, and I'm wearing my shirt always. I'm always going to represent Delta Dirt. And someone literally stopped me in the airport and said, "I've had your products." And I was like, "Oh, I'm nowhere close to home. How did that happen?" And it was this guy's sister bought him a bottle. And from there has been following along on the journey. So really spreading out the word, the story, even if you don't drink yourself. That goes so much further than people understand. And I mean, I'm on the marketing side of things now. I do both distilling and marketing. I understand the power of voice and stories and words.
Incredible. Well, Thomas, thank you again for helping support the scholarship fundraiser with the Steel Street Alphas to this evening. We appreciate you taking time out of your schedule to join us. And I personally thank you. Enjoy the rest of your evening. Thank you.
Oh, thank you guys so much. Enjoy. Yes.
Thanks, Ken. I'll catch up with you later.
All right. Thank you, guys.
Bye.